the history of diseases, we realize that almost all diseases ultimately contributed to change in the human species. Which disease, if we look at the all spectrum, you believe getting infected with that disease was the beneficial thing that has happened to human species?
So I believe, in my opinion, that species would be smallpox, because that had led to the development of vaccines, and therefore not in an evolutionary perspective, but in a cultural perspective, it has helped us to fight a lot of other diseases as well.
Okay. So,
the largest number of Nobel Prize winners in science are incidentally Jews. Is there any relationship with their religious belief or some racial character, or what? How do you explain it?
So Yuval Noah Harari has written a book in which he has talked about this aspect that Jews have been the largest recipients. However, according to him, and I concur, it is not the religion itself. It is not as though Orthodox Jews are the ones who have won the Nobels, but he does point out that their emphasis on education is what might be one of the reasons why they have been the largest recipients.
And incidentally, the Christians are second largest number of recipients of Nobel Prize.
Okay.
So again, the same theory that they emphasize on education, so they
So I'm not sure, sir. I haven't thought about it as of now.
Okay, and Muslims are the least. That means they ignore education.
So I don't think it works the other way around, that if someone hasn't won a Nobel Prize, that means their religion is, I mean, it's just a speculation also.
Okay, that means entirely you can explain through education that incidentally Jews play most important in education, so they have incidentally got most Nobel Prizes.
So that is Yuval Noah Harari's speculation, and it is just a hypothesis. So I believe further research must be needed to say clearly that this is what it is.
Okay, so why in India, after 70 years of independence, we have not a full-fledged citizen who has received a Nobel Prize in Science? Full-fledged means citizen as well as resident of India.
Yes, sir. So I believe there are a few reasons regarding to this, and one of the primary causes, in my opinion, would be that there is a lack of emphasis on research, scientific research in India, and this is seen with the budgetary allocations. It is only 0.6 to 0.8% of the GDP. Even the economic survey past 2 years has pointed out that this is one of the reasons. Also, sir, the school education in our country, from anecdotal evidence also, it is seen that it promotes more of rote learning as compared to innovation and creativity.
DRDO has been allocated funds very liberally and generously.
Yes, sir.
Why still we are importing so much defense goods from foreign countries, and ultimately we have to bring in FDI to promote defense industry in India? What are the constraints that DRDO is facing in its R&D?
Yes, sir. So I've spoken to my mother about this, and according to her, although funds are very liberal, the human resource is lacking in its intent of conducting research. It is not, although they hire individuals from the top technological colleges in the country, but there is no motivation to conduct research and to update oneself and to go beyond what is required of them, sir.
That means they are well educated, well lubricated with fun, still they are lacking some spirit.
Yes, sir.
Is it something to do with the culture of India?
So I wouldn't, because I wouldn't say blanket, because there is also ISRO, which is an Indian organization which is able to do well. And in another sector, there is DMRC. So it wouldn't be that the culture itself is the problem, but I feel that the leadership would be lacking somewhere in motivating such individuals, so maybe.
So we are having lack of leadership in our society.
So at least for the DRDO, I would say that might be the case, though.
So that means the entire appointment process of the officials in the DRDO is problematic, highly bureaucratized, not given autonomy.
So it's a lot of it is seniority based, and merit is not given due emphasis in promotions as well. So that could be one of the reasons as well.
Time-bound promotion is problematic, perhaps.
Maybe so.
Okay, thank you.
So Gitanjali, 3 districts or area are playing very important role in your life. One is Udupi, second is Jaipur, and third is Delhi. What are the dominant racial composition of all 3? One by one, would tell me. Dominant race in Delhi, dominant race in what Udupi and dominant race of Jaipur?
So it would be very hard to say what is the dominant
Start
race.
with what Udupi. List controversial.
Yes, sir. So since Udupi is in South India, so maybe the major component is a Negroid racial component.
There is no Negroid race in mainland of India. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, sir. So the racial, so from as far as I have read in anthropology,
What are the feature of Mediterranean race?
so according to a few anthropologists, the Mediterranean race has a dusky brownish color, not necessarily.
Which race has founded the IVC culture, civilization?
So according to latest research by David Reich, he has sampled the DNA of a skeleton from Rakhigadi, and it is found that it is a Proto-Dravidian.
Rakhigad is an important site of IVC.
Yes, sir. So it was a major settlement, sir, in Haryana.
Okay.